Hello, 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 intuition of the soul. I'm Amy.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Kitty Foss. And this is Vibe of the Week coming to you on Labor Day because we took yesterday off for our Labor Day and we're doing it this week. So,
There you go.
surrender.
Surrender.
I've got John
Go
Denver
ahead.
in my head. Sweet, sweet surrender. Live without a care. Yeah.
Well, I think when we talked about the vibe of the month, we talked about that kind of push me, pull me kind of thing,
Yep.
where it just felt like, and I really felt that energy could be here or here or here, and it was just going to be one of those. I've kind of experienced some of that myself, so
I certainly have. And I've watched it in others.
exactly. So let's get right to it. So this is the message that I kind of got this morning when I asked for the collective. It's a good time to this week and perhaps this month to kind of look at things, to kind of get the creative juices flowing, but maybe not take a lot of action on it. So if you can just sit in the comfort of, I can anticipate what's coming, but right now I'm not being asked to move towards it. So, but you can have some creative things. You might get some really creative guidance from spirit and stuff this week. But also there could be some fears coming up, some worries. And so it's kind of, again, it's that push me, pull me energy. So where do you want to be? Do you want to be pulled into the fears? Do you want to push into the future with, maybe some creative ideas that you're thinking about at this time and just generating, not necessarily feeling like snap, do it, but being very thoughtful and planning it out, but leaving out the fears, the apprehension, maybe the self-doubt kind of thing. So the cards that I got kind of say this exact thing. First I got
Funny how that works.
I know it. I got them using the Metatron deck. I got the number 36, inner child, hear and know me. So this might be where you're looking at that inner child. Where are you maybe bringing some of that thing into when you're trying to be creative? Or maybe the message is to let go and let that inner child come out and wonder and dream and think, even if you think it's not possible, isn't it fun sometimes to just go, what if I could do this? Or what if, So I kind of feel like you can take this again, push me, pull me. You can take this as that inner child that's saying, you've been burned before. Don't even try it. Don't do this. Or you could use that inner child and bring through some of that enthusiasm into your week. It's also, I got 14 boundaries. Okay. So this is a really important one too this week, to set
Hugely important.
boundaries with other people. And that's again goes just into that push me, pull me. Do you want to be pulled into that energy of someone else crossing that boundary that you have set for yourself? Or do you want to say, nope, you know what? This time I'm drawing the line and I'm not letting it be crossed because it's not what's in my best interest. All right. So again, I can feel that push and pull thing. Kundalini 35, untapped energy is being, and you know what? This is really, really funny because this week I have totally been feeling this Kundalini energy. I've totally been feeling it. So this is untapped energy. So again, the next card is number 3, creation. Okay, the creation card.
Mhm.
So I feel like these go together. Tap into that, some of that untapped energy. And again, I said, it's that week for creating, not maybe taking a lot of action, but dreaming, bringing things forth through thinking things, planning, even just brainstorming. Sometimes just brainstorming is a lot of fun where you're just going, what if I could do this? What if I could do this? What if I could do this? How fun would that be? To take that energy and do that, rather than the opposite energy, like I could never do that, I could never do that, I could never do that. So that's where, again, that pushing and pulling. And cheapers, the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles right here is about those fears. Pentacles are about, your security, your wealth, your health, this kind of thing. So what are you thinking about? Are you going to stay in this energy here where I'm worried, this is bothering me, this kind of thing? Or if you look back just farther, there's a door. Can you embrace that that's a magical door? And what's on the other side are possibilities, unlimited things for you.
And if you don't mind,
No.
you have a key in your boundaries card to
Oh.
unlock it.
Oh, snap. You sure do.
And
I love
that
that.
makes, to deal with the fear, unlock, set your boundaries,
Yeah.
and look up. Because if
Look
you
up and unlock that magical
that
door.
door, yeah,
I love that. Thank you. And I don't mind that you pointed that out at all.
it
So
it
again,
it was like,
push me,
oh my
pull me.
God, because I was so drawn to that keyhole,
Yeah,
and I'm like, wait a minute,
yeah, the
boundaries
magic
card.
door.
Yep.
Yes. And I just got a few more cards because the wheel. The wheel is available for you. Okay. The wheel of fortune. So look at this.
Mm-hmm.
She's like balanced up there. She's spinning those, those golden wheels. It's unlimited. So that's why it's so funny that there's a magical element into the creativity and, the magic door, the wheel, those kind of things, the Kundalini, untapped energy. But there's also that energy if you want to be sucked into those difficulties or those worries or those fears. And then the last card that came through. Okay, this is hilarious. Number 13, rebirth and death, or death and rebirth. Okay, so what do you got to give up? What do you got to give up? Do you want to just see it as the death of something and then that's just it?
Would
Or
you
is
keep, make sure you keep that card up when I start to talk for a minute.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Or is it the rebirth? Is it the rebirth of something new, of something creative, of something you can do? I can't say it any other way, and that I really feel like it's that push me, pull me thing. And you can either be pulled in and sucked into the drama, or you can push forward into the rebirth and into the creativity and through the magic door and on the wheel. It's really up to you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm passing it over to you. So you want me to keep this card up?
So, because in our month vibe, we talked about using things as a mirror. Look at that card. It's a mirror. So it's so important this week as that mirror is held up. What is the reflection you want to see in the death card and the rebirth? Because death, it's part of our cycle. It's coming. But are you letting go of your dreams that you want to work for, or are you in this energy that we talked about using the mirror? And what's the number on that card?
13.
And actually, and 13, which is women's power number, actually is a 4, and it's about stability. What is it you want to mirror in your life? And setting those boundaries, get that key out so that 5 of Pentacles, whatever is keeping you down, keeping you oppressed, you can look up and unlock it. And it's perfect for this week, because this week, yesterday, We had Venus move to a difficult aspect. She moved into Virgo, and Venus in Virgo is also about the heart and loving all the pieces and gathering of the harvest. But in its more denser version, it can be nitpicky.
Mm.
It can be when something is bothering us, we lash out at those other things rather than using what's bothering us as a mirror, using that mirror to see what is it I want to reflect. Am I with the people that help me reflect it, or am I dealing with this drama that could be, which is a part of your cards, isn't it? That full energy. And look up from her who's sitting down with her, because this one of the astrologers I follow talked about this full moon in Pisces that's the 10th of this week. And she said, the way she said it is that don't YouTube it. Don't make it a reel or a TikTok where you don't get into, oh, this girl made me so mad at my coffee shop, and do a whole TikTok about it. Do a TikTok about embracing the light and pieces, how you can get ahead, and what are you making your reels about? And I thought to myself, wow, that's a great way to say it. Because as a person that watches reels, sometimes people will go on and on. I'm like, you really took all that time to do this? But I can feel myself getting sucked into that drama. And that's a big part of our energy this week, is that letting go, that surrendering, that I can't deal with all of this other stuff. And both Amy and I, just before we got on, we're talking about things that do that. I can't really deal with this other stuff, and I've got to let that go. So what can I deal with? Beautiful. I can deal with my creativeness. I can look at what I'm mirroring. I can, look at where I am. There's a lot of joy and a lot of fun to have, depending what you participate in.
Exactly.
So this and let me just slightly mention that Mercury, we are now in the shadow of Mercury going retrograde on the 9th, and Mercury is in Libra. And in Libra, Mercury wants balance, wants justice, wants us to really communicate in relationships. And of course, retrograde is about taking the pause to get that done. And part of that relationship also to deal, like Amy said, about that creativeness, perfect cards for the stars, they always are, but especially this week, is to stop for a minute, look back at how far you've come. Look back at what doesn't no longer activate you, what you aren't participating at. Use that as your mirror too. And then, it's the death. It's of course, this is the full moon. It's the letting go. And this is a full moon Pisces. So it's about the flow and higher faith. And, the denser version of Pisces is suffering. Is that the part of the Pisces energy you want? Or the ascended masters, the flowing of creatively, what am I doing with my life? How am I building my life? So it's very easy with this Venus, also with the Mars is getting ready to go retrograde, which is, we've got a lot of information coming internally with all these retrograde planets that wants us to go, go, go. And like Amy said, not quite the time yet, because we're grumpy and there's a nitpickiness that, Virgo is the problem solver. Hook into the problem solver piece of it. So that's the stars this week.
Yeah, and it just perfectly goes together what I was feeling. And so I pulled the last two cards from the James Van Praagh deck, and one is Know Your Truth.
Know Your Truth. Perfect.
Yeah, very well.
It showed up right there. Know your truth.
Know your truth. And that's exactly it. And when you know your truth, you can set the boundaries. You can do those things. You can tap into that untapped energy. And almost the last thing Kitty said was, maybe it's not time, because patience is a virtue. I'm trying to get that in there. Patience is a virtue. So that's it. So you're being called to, to be patient. It's just not quite the time to, but it is the time to dream.
Right. It is the
let
time
the magic in.
And that's Pisces. Let that magic in, that imagination, this full moon, letting go of those things that make you impatient and make you nitpicky, It speeds Venus actually speeds through Virgo. So that's good news. So, into
Good
Libra.
news, good
It's
news.
good news because Virgo is a problem solver. And so that's why sometimes it's hard to figure out when am I being nitpicky or when is this something that's a boundary. That's the difference. Is it nitpicky or is it a boundary?
Exactly.
So anyway, this was a very
Okay.
good vibe of the
Yes,
week.
it was a good vibe. And I guess if it's gonna be a good week, is up to you.
That's right. We will probably do vibe again next Monday ish or Sunday because I'm going to be in Salem.
Yeah, you've got a trip coming.
I have a trip coming, and so I will let you know if I run into some old souls. So,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
all right.
Sounds
I'm
fun.
Kitty.
I'm Amy J. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week for Vibe of the Week.
Enjoy your week. Bye.